Good morning, and time for another session of yoga. I'm just going to do a bit of a combination session today, so a bit of strength, a bit of balance, a bit of flexibility. So without further ado, let's crack on. We're going to start standing. Nice deep breath, and inhale your arms up and lean over to the left. Inhale and exhale down to the right. Inhale up and back to the left. And finally to the right again. Back to centre. And now putting your weight onto your left foot, grabbing your right foot behind you on the inside, and then arm up and lean gently forwards just to a comfortable position, the King Dancer. Back to centre, other side. And back to centre. Right, and you're going to put your weight onto your left foot and cross your right foot over just above your knee, and then cross your left arm over your right, and try and grab your hands together and just sink down. And the other side. Back to centre, at the front of your mat, slight back bend, just push your hips forward. And then exhale forwards into a forward bend. Just relax for a moment. And grab your arms locked behind you and just let them fall forward, so you can feel this in your chest and your biceps. And just relax. And now, so you want to bend your left leg and put your left hand down on the floor, or grab your right ankle and then twist up, so you're feeling this stretch in your right leg. Keep your spine long. And the other side. Right, and we're going to drop down into chair pose with your arms pointing up at the sky. And come across and put your left elbow onto your right knee and twist and look up. And put your weight onto your right leg and just gently step back with your left and keep that twist and hold that for a moment. And then come up into a high lunge. and down to plank. And we're going to go through a vinyasa. Back into downward dog. And now we're going to step the other leg forwards into a high lunge on the other side. And then twist again to the other side with your right elbow on your left leg. Try and look up at the sky, ceiling. And then weight onto your left foot and just step it forward and hold that twist. And back into chair pose, hold it for a moment. Back up to standing, just take a breath. If you're like me, your legs are burning a bit now. Whew. And we're going to go and do that the other way, so starting on the left side again. So down into chair pose. And twist to your left. And weight onto your left foot again and step in gently back. Hold that twist a bit longer. And then a high lunge. And down into plank and through a vinyasa. Inhale and exhale back into downward dog. And now step your right leg forward for the high lunge on the other side. And twisting over to the right again. Step forwards. And into chair pose just for a moment longer. Whew. Should be nice and warm now. Let's take a moment and then slight back bend, forward fold, and then step back into downward dog. We're going to do a vinyasa. Down to press up. Inhale, exhale back. And now we're going to bring the front leg or right leg up and just open your hips up for a moment. And then bring it forwards to come up into warrior pose, which I can't remember which one. A reverse warrior. And come forward into side angle. Trying to keep a nice straight line from your arm all the way down to your foot. And now coming forward onto your right leg and just open up into half moon. And just grab your leg behind your back there. You can feel that stretching your quads. And then now just bring it up into warrior three. And finally drop it down into, well, it's not finally actually, into this twisted crescent moon, God knows what the name is. And then just drop it down with your back foot out 45 degrees, and your weight over your front foot, and just relax down. And then stepping into plank, exhale down, inhale into upward plank, and back into downward dog, upward dog. Whew. And then bring your back leg up and open your hip up. And then bring it forward up into warrior pose, whichever fucking one it is, God knows. I'll have to start looking up the poses at some point. Reverse warrior. And forward into a side angle. And then into crescent moon. Moon. I don't know. You should feel this one opening up your hips and really stretching your standing leg. And then that bind, whoop, without falling over if you can. And then I'm pretty confident we're going into warrior 3. And then right hand down, twist. Try and keep your back leg straight. And dropping your back foot out 45 degrees and just your weight down over your front leg. Stretching your inner thigh, hamstrings and whatnot. Just step into plank. One more vinyasa. Exhale down. Inhale to upward dog. Exhale to downward dog. And just take a moment resting on your knees. Whew. Right, when you're ready, on all fours, take your left leg back and your right arm forwards. And the other side. And now into plank. Hold this for a moment. And then tipping over onto your left side. A bit slower than that actually. And just hold this, not letting your hips sink down, trying to keep a nice straight line in your body. And with control, moving over to the other side, i.e. more control than what I showed. And back to centre and dropping down onto your elbows for another plank. And dropping down onto your belly and just bringing your legs and your arms off the floor. You should feel this in your lower back. Just take a moment And now we're going to go back through those poses, arms and legs off the floor. Up to what they call dolphin plank. And back up onto your hands, onto your right side. And with control over onto your left. There we go, that's better. And you can drop down onto your knees. Just come forward to child pose. You can just rest for a moment and just let your back naturally stretch out. Let the muscles relax. Come back onto all fours for threading the needle pose. Now you want to slide your left hand behind your right arm and just drop your head down to the floor and then bring your right arm up. And you should feel this in your shoulder blades and on your back muscles. And now the other side. Back to kneeling. Now come up into camel pose, where again this one we're going to do it twice, so if you struggle just grab one side and do that, and then do the other side next time. If you've got the strength and flexibility, grab both your heels and just relax back and push your hips forward. And coming up, bring your hands onto your lower back for support if you need. Just take a moment. And again, if you did the right side, now do the left. And coming back up. And now staying on your knees, you want to bring your left leg out to the side and turn your foot outwards 90 degrees. And then just lean slightly over and slide your hand down your leg and bring your other arm across. So bring my right arm across. And you just really feel this in your inner thigh and the opposite side of your body. Inhale, over to the side, and exhale down. Back to centre. Alright, I'm going to go through some hip stretches now, which is a good thing to keep nice and flexible your hips. And I find certainly if I don't keep doing exercises, they get very tight and it gets harder to do other things, other activities. So back into downward dog, and now we're going to bring the right leg, step the right leg forward between your hands, drop your back knee down, and just come up into a low lunge. And now just press back into half monkey, so your left hand can go on the floor and your right hand can grab the outside of your foot with your right foot, and just gently lean down, and you'll feel this in your inner thigh, just stretching it out. I can feel it right around the back of my kneecap. And then into low lunge again. And back into half monkey. this time pushing forward and moving your right leg outside your body. So both your hands come inside your right leg. Try and drop down onto your elbows if you can, if not just on your hands. And so the outside, your right leg's hugging the outside of your body, and just relax down. There we go. Back into downward dog to do the other side. So low lunge on the other side. And back into half monkey. Low lunge again. Half monkey one more time. I don't know who come up with these names. And then forward into lizard, so the left leg hugging the outside of your body, and drop down either onto your hands or your elbows if you can. Back into downward dog. Just take a moment resting on your knees. And then come round onto your bum. Right, so up into upward plank with your hands behind you and push up to hold your body straight. If you struggle with that and it is a bit of a weird feeling pose, again, you've always got that slightly easier pose just to ease yourself into it, but you want to be aiming for that one eventually. So, inhale up into upward plank. And drop down, go straight into the half boat or full boat pose. Try and keep your back straight, which it doesn't look like mine is because of my t-shirt, but I can assure you I'm doing my best. And down into upward plank. And drop down. Inhale your arms up and exhale forward, and just grab either your ankles or the outside of your feet and just relax down. You don't need to strain too much, it's just a comfortable pose, and just gently ease into it as you go. Inhaling up, and we're going to do that one more time. So up into upward plank. Down into boat. Upward plank one more time. And down into a forward fold one more time. Exhaling forwards. Right, now we've got some leg stretches, some more leg stretches. So we've got the heron pose and the simple heron. So the simple one is where you just tuck the leg that you're not stretching in front of you, or the more difficult pose is where you tuck it beside your body and grab the other leg and try and straighten it out while you keep your back nice and straight. There we go. Swap that over, whichever one you did, try and do the same on the other side. So you're simple with your leg in front, or full heron pose with the leg alongside. And exhale your other leg up to stretch it. There we go. Right, and now is one of my least favourite poses, is the wheel pose, although I think it goes by the names. It's basically a big back bend. So let's see how we get on with it. So what we do, bring your feet flat on the mat, and then what you can do to get up in stages is put your hands flat on the mat by your shoulders, and then just push up onto your head. Get your hands in a comfortable place, and then push up into the full pose. And lower gently down. Woo. Take a moment, well I need a moment, I don't know about you. And you can just bring your legs into your chest and wrap your arms around them, and you can kind of, if you rock side to side, you can sort of massage your lower back muscles a bit. Although it's not as good on the hard kitchen floor. Right, so now, drop your right leg, or your right foot flat on the floor, bring your left leg across it, and just rest your ankle on top of your right knee. And then reach through your legs and around the outside, and just grab your knee, or rather your shin, and just gently pull that up, and you should feel this stretch in the outside of your left leg if you're doing it this way. And just gently release that and swap over. So bring your right leg, or bring your ankle on top of your left knee and reach through again, grabbing your left shin, and just gently pull back so you can feel it on the outside of the leg that's across the other one. So again, for me, this is my right leg that's feeling this stretch along the outside of it, and my IT band. Again, legs into your chest, arms out to either side, and just gently lower down your legs to the right, and then look back to your left if you can. Try and keep your shoulders on the floor, and just relax. It's completely passive, this pose. Inhale up to the other side, and exhale down. Bring your leg back to the centre. You can just stretch your legs out now and just let your arms relax by side. Close your eyes. Just take a few nice deep breaths and just let your body relax. And there you have it. Again, you can do the relaxation for longer. If I wasn't live on Facebook, I probably would do that a bit longer personally, but that's a choice one. And thanks to anyone who's watching. Let me know if you enjoy it, or if there's anything you'd like to see. Cheers.